Hello twins. I have tried to upload this video so many times and it's just not happened. This is literally going to be my last attempt, and if it doesn't work I'm just going to give up and just say it's not meant to be. But basically this is something that I was actually going to post closer to Sunday because it's a full moon ritual, and I thought we could do it Friday, Saturday, Sunday, also Monday and Tuesday. But today I received the guidance to put it out as soon as possible, because it's really important that we kind of let go of our blocks as much as we can and really set the intention to do so before the full moon. It's going to be a really, really important full moon. It's a full moon in Aries with the sun opposing Aries in Libra. And obviously Libra is the sign of partnerships, of twin flames, and of relationships, and of being together. And Aries is the sign of the individual. It's bold, it's brash, it's adventurous, and it's really kind of it's very kind of what's the word, rash as well. And also with certain aspects that are happening with Uranus as well, it's a time where you can really expect a lot of shocks and unconscious, subconscious things really coming out to the fore. So the more that we can kind of set our intentions to clear those things, the smoother the new the full moon will be. So bearing that in mind, and also the guidance that I've got, let's crack on with this ritual. I also want to tell you all, with regards to this full moon, many people are also talking about it being a time of declarations of love. I'm not saying set any expectations that they're going to happen this weekend, but definitely open your mind to the possibility that it could happen. And if it was to happen, are you ready? Make yourself as ready as possible to actually receiving that. And that is the reason I believe I've just kind of downloaded, really. That is the reason I was guided to put this video out now. That is the reason why it didn't work when I tried to do it before, because that was the message that was meant to come out. Make yourself ready for this weekend, to the possibility. It's just a possibility. Energetically, just make yourself open to it, to the possibility of your twin reaching out to you, of receiving your twin. What would you do? Are you really ready for it? Make yourself ready. So let me tell you quickly about what you'll need and what to expect from this ritual. It's basically just an intention setting ritual to do before a bath. That's quite an important part of it. So what will you need? Bath salts, natural bath salts, preferably Epsom salts because they're the strongest. And as you know, salt is very, very grounding and very cleansing. It's really great for energy clearing. I love to use it. So salt, failing Epsom salts, if you can't get your hands on that, then Dead Sea salts are the next strongest thing, followed by Himalayan crystal salt. I'm not a fan of using that because I think it's a limited resource. Like, why use massive handfuls of it for a bath? You know, that's how much, if you're eating it, that's how much you'd get through in like a month, and you get through that in one bath. You don't need to do that. There are other alternatives, but if you want to use it, you can. And failing that, sea salt is another good option. So make yourself a really strong bath. Like, use like good, like 2, 3, 4 generous handfuls of salt in your bath. You might want to shower off with fresh water afterwards if you've got sensitive skin. But anyway, that's what you'll need for your bath, and any essential oils or, you know, rose petals, whatever else you want to use. But the salts is the main thing for this ritual. You'll also need to think about one area in your life where you are experiencing blocks that you would like to clear, and for some reason, for whatever reason, you can't clear it. Perhaps that's your twin flame relationship. Perhaps that's your work situation. Perhaps that's your attitude to money and abundance. Perhaps it's relationships with your family. Anywhere where you have a few, you want to make changes, but you haven't been able to make changes. You feel stuck. You want things to, you know, to get moving. You can't do it. That's what you need to think about. Also, I was really guided to mention to you all addictions. It's absolutely paramount. It's crucial that we use this time to release any addictions that we have. Now, that could be anything. That could be the typical kind of like, you know, food, alcohol, cigarettes, caffeine, you know, pornography, sex, bad relationships, whatever. But it can also be, you know, addictions to toxic people, addictions to toxic friends, addictions to toxic habits, thought forms, attitudes to yourself. And I've also been strongly guided to say many of us right now might have addictions to things like tarot readings and, you know, fortune telling and obsessing over this twin flame relationship. It's not about that. That's an addiction it's got to go. In fact, it's something that actually kind of repels what it is that you're trying to attract to you. And sometimes it's better to just let go and just not even look at it. You know, like the watch pot never boils. That's kind of true for the twin flame as well. Like the more you obsess over it, the more you push it away, you repel it. So, you know, you just imagine that you're a being, you're a planet in the sky, and you've got like a great gravity around you. Just go about your orbit, and whatever needs to kind of come around you is going to come around you. And if you try and kind of change your, you know, your where it is that you're meant to be going, you're just going to create disruption. So what I'm trying to say is just go with the flow, try and surrender to how things are meant to be, and realize that you don't need whatever you think you need. Whatever these addictions may be, let them go, so that you're free to go about your own orbit, which is your soul blueprint, or whatever you want to call it. So essentially what we're doing with this ritual is making space for the things that we want, and also taking our power back a bit, especially with the addictions. We're taking the power back from the addictions. So that's what we're going to do. As well as the bath salts, you're going to need preferably a lamp, preferably a ghee lamp, which is Indian clarified butter, which preferably comes from organic happy cows somewhere, but most people might not have that. So if you do have a lamp, it would be really great if you could use sesame oil. And again, failing that, most people tend to have candles. Just use a candle. So light the candle, and I always think it's really, really nice to make an offering, which is what Hindus, when we do our prayers in the morning, we always make like an offering of the light is one offering, but in addition to that, we usually have something to eat, some clean water, preferably a flower or a leaf or something like that, and some incense and a bell. If you can have all of those things, then fantastic. I have to admit right now, I don't. I only have a couple of them. But even if it's just one thing, it's just the fact that it's the intent with which you offer it that matters. So even if it's just a leaf, even if it's just a cup of clean water, offer that to the guides, to the gods, to source, to your higher self, to your twin's higher self, to the ascended masters. If you have a guru, you know, offer them to your guru. Any deities that you want to help you. It could be one of those things, it could be neither, it could be something completely different. It's totally up to you, whatever you connect with. Just make that offering to that being and that power, because that's where the energy exchange happens, and that's where the movement happens, and the giving, and it's all about giving and receiving. You know, if things were static, we wouldn't even be aware of anything. So does that make sense? So that's what you're symbolically doing. You're making an offering in order to receive what is being offered back to you. So if you think about it in a unity conscious kind of way, it's actually very beautiful. But I'm digressing. So back to this ritual, you'll need something to offer. And you'll also need to think about this one thing that you would like to release all blocks in relation to. So this is what you'd do. You'd first of all light your lamp or your candle, and then you would call on the beings that you want to help you. And then you would take 3 deep breaths, and then ask the higher powers to be with you and to assist you in releasing anything that does not serve you, getting this thing that you desire, this thing that you're choosing consciously in your life, and for the highest good, as long as it's for the highest good. And you can also ask to clear all of these blocks and any kind of negative energies for yourself and your twin, and any energies between you, if that's something that you wish to do. But the main thing is just focus on yourself and your own energies, and really feeling your own energies and letting go of whatever it is that is blocking you. That should be the focus. And ask them to help you with the blocks that you are aware of, and take a minute to think of what those things are, and actually physically feel the sensation of then leaving your energy field as you breathe in and out. And also ask them to help you with all the things that you're not aware of, all the unconscious things. Help them to ask them to help you loosen those and release them as well, gently. And as you breathe in and out a few times, really feel that shift happen at a really, really deep level for you. And after that, thank them, really, really thank them, and offer them whatever it is that you're offering them, and really feel that gratitude for their help, and really feel that it's been done. And then breathe in and out 3 more times, and then leave that offering and the lamp burning, or candle burning, and go and have your bath. Go and have your really, really strong, salty, relaxing, womb-like bath, and really feel nurtured, really feel supported, really feel grounded, but also feel that all of that negativity, any last remnants of negativity, of blocks, of stagnation, of things that you don't need in your life anymore, are just dissolving away with the salts. You can, what I always like to do is kind of, if you can dunk your head. But if you've got really long, dry hair, maybe don't dunk your head, but you can sprinkle some water on top of your head, and do that. And keep the intention that all is well. Really believe that, because there's so much fear and kind of anxiety around, especially the collective energies. I'm seeing so many people like on YouTube just get triggered left, right and center, and it's like, why are you putting that out there, man? But because it kind of spreads it to other people as well. So yeah, it's interesting. So any of that, if you're feeling any of that, just set the intention to release it. And it's okay to do that. That's not a judgment, that's using your own discernment, and that's a really, really good thing. So just set the intention to let go of it, and just accept that it's already happened. And that's the end of the ritual. Do that for every day until the full moon, which is Sunday, and you can even carry on for a couple of days after as well, because what we're doing is we're really creating that vortex for ourselves, to really set the intention of releasing. We're making the environment as conducive as possible for us to self-cleanse, for us to release anything that's not serving us, because it's so important that we do make the most of this big full moon that's happening in Aries. And again, it's an Aries full moon. We can really then take the attitude of Aries on, which, one thing I love about Aries is that it's the most present and the most bold and brave signs in the zodiac. And Aries people always get what they want, and I love that about them. So it's a very, very, very attractive quality, and we can all have that this time, because we've all got some Aries in our chart, even if we've got no planets there. It's that's just how it is. So tap into those energies, and we're really going to need it, because Aries is a warrior, and we need to strengthen ourselves in preparation for the next new moon that we have. This month has been really special because there have been 2 new moons, or there will be the second new moon, which will be on the 30th of October. It's going to be a new moon in Scorpio, and it's going to be the day before Halloween, before Samhain. So, I mean, it's all about death. It's all about the death card in the tarot, and I love it. It's one of my favorite cards, because, when everything is destroyed, you can do whatever the hell you want. And it's the new moon of reinvention more than anything else. Not even, you know, rebirth, complete reinvention. You can start again, provided you do your work, because it is going to be, it's massively, you know, challenging in terms of, it's a big change. If you're just going to reinvent yourself, you've got to be brave enough to really kind of really start again, you know, in many ways, and build up from foundations. And the more strong you are, the more work you do, the better it's going to be. So there's a tremendous amount that's being offered to us in this new moon before Halloween. And the more work we can do, the more equipped we'll be to make the most of it, the more we can kind of run with it. So let's release whatever we can, lighten ourselves up for this full moon. And when the full moon in Aries comes along, let's really strengthen ourselves with that kind of warrior Aries energy to really kind of, you know, step up to the plate and conquer ourselves, really, and really kind of get that power back, and really reinvent ourselves and rebirth ourselves in the way that we want to be. You know, it might not be anything different from what we're doing right now, but we'll do it with so much more consciousness and awareness that it's going to be great. So that's my intent for us all, because the more of us in the collective actually do that, the better it is for all of us in the collective. So let's just really try and raise those vibrations. I know that I will be. I would absolutely love to hear your feedback and any thoughts that you might have. So feel free to leave some comments. I know I haven't got my email up yet, but I will do that very soon. Anyway, if you like what you hear, please do subscribe, like, share, whatever. And I'll speak to you next time. Enjoy the last couple of days of Navaratri as well. If you haven't listened to my other videos, I've just been talking about the energies that are around right now. It's a very important time. It's the most important time in the Hindu calendar, actually. So fabulous, fabulous time for the divine feminine and strengthening that. Okay, have a great day, guys, and I'll speak to you next time. Bye, lots of love.